Guys,
Dear Best Buy,
I want
I need something else I can do with my dad.
every
Something less freezing.
NBA draft class. Here are my Oakleys, but anyways, that's about. God, I've always loved Oakleys. So like golf stars like them. I know you are. Anyways, I'm going draft class by draft class. Team by team. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time because I gotta go. Let's see here. And I finished all my crap, started my work for my project paper and all this crap. But anyways, crap. Celtics. First, Aaron Naismith. I like this pick. They really do have a good draft class. Not flashy, but again, the Celtics doing what Celtics do: get hard-working players. 400 starter. They already got a starter. Jason Tatum is gonna score. Tatum Brown's a great wing. They got good players. Peyton Pritchard is a really good player. Can play in the NBA for 10 years, being a backup guard. He can score. He can shoot. He can pass the rock. Again, he's not. He might be a Steve Blake type, but that's the kind of value. Good bench player. Aaron Naismith can't shoot. He's a lockdown shooter. And they got some international player. So I give him, and I'm not gonna go by the CBS Sports grades. I'm gonna give him my own grade. I give him a B plus. But the Celtics really do have a superior GM and Danny Ainge. Remember how he swindled the Orlando or the 76ers? Oh, it's my Markelle Fultz. They traded 5 first-round picks for Jason Tatum. And Jason Tatum, they got Markelle Fultz. Oh, Markelle Fultz is stinky. Anyways, I like that grade. So, but I'm gonna get off of that. The Nets, I like what they're doing. They got Reggie Perry, sophomore from Mississippi State, and they got Landry Shamet. Landry Shamet's not really in the draft grade. He's just a good shooter. This is actually a good move for him. Joe Harris going to free agency. Landry Shamet can shoot, especially if they get James Harden. It's really gonna be scary. Hopefully, don't get Harden to keep their young players because they'll have a bench. But honestly, I'll give them a C plus because honestly, a lot of what they're going to do is they want their trade. So other young players, keep their young players. They do not need. I mean, they got Durant, they got Kyrie Irving. Now they got Landry Shamet. He's going to play out the ball. So I give them a C plus because they're really, honestly, you can put them incomplete. They got what they did. Now here's the controversial: the hometown Hornets. I kind of like what the Hornets did, but I'm never going to give Michael Jordan credit because as a GM, he stinks, honestly. He does. He has not done crap as a GM. Cody Zeller, guys. Bismarck Biyombo. Malik Monk. I guess you really can't blame him. I like the Monk pick at the time, but he could have had Devin Booker in 2015. He's big strength to Frank the Tank. He's going to trade 5 first-round picks for Justice Winslow. Sorry. Well, Melly Ball, shoot, he's a good player. No, I like the Vernon Carey pick, I honestly do, because I think he's honestly could have been a top 15 player. But he's a back-to-the-basket player. But I've seen Vernon play against Lake Forest, and he can shoot threes. He expands his range. That's probably the best pick, I think. Also, a guy that played at Charleston, late first-round pick, Grant Riller, point guard, senior, immediate help. That's actually a really good player. A good 6-man player. I'm not going to give him A+. I don't like that grade. Nick Richards, good rim runner. I'm going to give him a B-. But again, it's a lot to say. If Ball becomes a superstar, then they do really good. Next, Patrick Williams. I don't know. Again, it's the Leonard Hamilton system. A lot of his players. I mean, he did play. He's from here in Charlotte. They played a system where nobody stars for you. So you got Devin Vassell, 13 points a game. Patrick Williams, 10 points. But he came off the bench. So, honestly, if he's somewhere else, like, let's say, Iowa, he'd been a 15-point per game scorer. He really does have a chance to be a 3-and-D player, a good defender. He's got good athleticism. But he's going to be a project. And they already have projects, so that's the one thing I have with it. Projects and projects. Zach LaVine is not a star player. Zach LaVine is a good 6-man, but he's not a star player. Kobe White, I don't know what he is at this point. He's a good player. I think he's going to be a good player. He's a 2-guard to me, though. I don't understand why they don't get a point guard, a true point guard. Why they did not get somebody like Tyrese Halliburton. To me, but Then they got some guy from Serbia, some developmental boom. Man. Honestly, they already have enough projects. I'd rather see them get something like Obi Toppin who can just go in and immediately start playing. Or somebody like Devin Vasil. I think he's more well-rounded. Who's like a sophomore. But I'm not going to give him a bad grade. I'm going to give him a B-. Next, the Cavaliers. The Cavaliers got Isaac Okoro. And this is really not a bad pick. At the least, he's probably going to be a scorer and high IQ athleticism guy who can lock down people. But they needed somebody who was defensively. And they got Darius Garland and Colin Sexton can just score. So I'd say A-. Not a bad pick, though, I mean, really. Like Bruce Pearl was talking about, he has some of the best potential in this draft as far as upside. So they're a young team anyway. Next, Mavericks. This is actually one of the better drafts I like. We got a very good team now here in Dallas. They traded Steph Curry, but oh well. Now here's what I like this draft. I'm actually giving this draft a A+. Not many people are going to give this draft an A+, but I like it. They got a lot of young players, young upside players around Luka Doncic. Terrell Terry, not many people know who he is. 31st pick, 32nd pick, high IQ freshman can score. I think he's next Steph Curry, replacing Steph Curry. And not Stephen Curry, but he might be. I compare him to Jason Terry. A quick release. Luka Doncic is going to find people to score around him. And not only that, but they got Josh Green, a top 15 recruit from last year's class, 2019, who can go in immediately and start scoring. And that's a really good pick, I think. To get that high athleticism IQ player who can score and be a 3-and-D player. Bay, a defender. I really like this an A+. I like this draft better than most people do because Green and Terrell Terry, that's a lot of upside. With Porzingis, and now they got a bench. Now next, this is another draft I like. Not from the terms of, I don't think it is, but the Nuggets already got a lot of players who are high upside. And guess what? Zeke Naji from Arizona had a really good player. A really good freshman season. They don't like it from CBS Sports terms perspective of that, but like, I mean, he's a high skilled player. He can play defense. He really did do good. And I like that. So, I mean, now you got Bol, Mike Porter Jr. I think they can win the West this year. I really do. They're so got such a good team. Next, I really like is R.J. Hampton. This is a guy who was a top 10 recruit, a stud. Big guy, physical, can score. If his shot ever takes off, that's a really special team. I like that. I'm going to give him A+. I mean, nobody else is going to do it, but I am. I think they're really got a chance to be very good. Next, the Pistons. People might be high on them. I don't know a lot about the players. Isaiah Stewart is a good player. He probably turned into a good player, but he's a back-to-basket type. I'd rather get Vernon Carey. I think he's a better player. And Vernon Carey played on a better team around him that he contributed. Vernon Carey was more efficient than him. Killian Hayes, that might be a really good player. They really got rid of their best offensive player in Luke Kennard, so honestly, and it's Saddiq Bey. Saddiq Bey is a sophomore who is going to basically be a 3-and-D guy. I'm going to give it a B because I don't really, especially in love with these players, except for Killian Hayes. Next draft, the Warriors. I'm going to give the Warriors an A+. Clay's out, but I like Wiseman. He's going to be a rim protector who might be able to shoot threes. If he has to shoot, oh my God, that's immediately. Nico Mannion, point guard in the second round. He really had a bad coaching team around him, and he also had a bad team around him. So I give him an A-. I think that's better. Klay Thompson is out. I think he's done maybe, but we'll see. Next, Kenyon Martin Jr. with the Rockets. The Rockets are really incomplete this time because they're rebuilding. So next, Indiana, Cassius Stanley. I'm gonna give this grade a B+. Cassius Stanley was basically a role player. He has a ton of upside, athleticism, good defender. I think if he shoots threes, then he's gonna be a steal in the second round. So honestly, I'm giving this grade an A, like that, or a B+. I mean, honestly, that's a really good player to get because they have a lot of good players already. Next, Clippers. Daniel Torra, sophomore from Minnesota, can shoot threes. Step out and shoot threes. That's a good trade. Jay Scrubb was supposed to be going to Louisville. He came from junior college, but I mean, he's basically a scorer. I like this draft from the perspective. I'm going to give it a B minus, C plus. Really, they got Luke Kennard. That's really good for the Clippers to get Luke Kennard with what they have. Now they're dangerous. They really are because you got George, Leonard. Dang. Next, the Grizzlies, Desmond Bane, Xavier Tillman. Again, they probably had a good draft. I'm going to give them a B+. Desmond Bane is a good shooter, while Tillman is a good, all-around good player. Brandon Clark played really good, so Xavier Tillman can be a really good player. That was good, and they're going to be good next year, Dillif. Next, the Heat. Precious Ashla. My manager didn't always think this. Precious Ashla is going to be a good player. I mean, they had questions about Bam Bam. Now he's a star. He's going to be able to play defense and rebound at the very least. He's going to be a role player. But they're going to be tough defensively. Jimmy Buckets, Bam Adebayo, Precious Ashla. I mean, that's a good. I give him an A+ on that. But it doesn't mean it's always going to be great. Next, the Bucks. I'm going to go a B+. Jordan Nwora, Sam Merrill. Again, Giannis, you got shooters. And Jordan Nwora is I saw him play at Clemson. Got shut down by Clemson's defense. But, I mean, he can really shoot. And he's a good scorer in the ACC team, so he's going to score at the level. Again, he can space the floor and he's got a quick release. So, I'm going to give that a good grade. Next, Timberwolves. I'm going to give this an A+. Because I like the upside. Jaden McDaniels has a lot of upside, playing on a bad team, but he's a couple years away. Anthony Edwards is a beast. And out of all that concerned, they're going to be really good. They're going to be really good. Really good. Anthony Edwards, I think, is a star. He's the best player in his draft. Not maybe a Harden, but maybe a franchise player, maybe, if everything lines up. But without the diva personality. But that's a good to me around that. Next, Pelicans. I'm giving the Pelicans an A+. Because to me, I like Carl Lewis Jr., Brandon Ingram, and Zion Williamson. He'll just be able to score for day one. He really is a good player. He's fast. They're going to be fun to watch. Next, Knicks, Obi Toppin and Emmanuel Quickley. C- because Obi Toppin is a good player. He can shoot. But, I mean, that's probably what they needed. Somebody can come in and just play. Emmanuel Quickley is physical. He's a good defender. Plus, he's athletic as crap. But the good thing about this is it's not really a bad draft, but it's just a draft where you really don't really... Quickley has upside, but I mean, you know, the Thunder, they're all overseas players, so I can't really evaluate them. Next, Cole Anthony, D+. I don't like him. I don't like him one bit. One bit. I don't like him one bit. He's a diva. He's a daddy's boy. When he came back last year, Carolina knows worse. He really is, to me, inefficient, low scoring percentages, and really isn't that good. To me, anyway. Other people like him. I don't like him. I don't like him. I really don't. D+. 76ers. This is to me, this is a good draft. I did not know who got Isaiah Joe. Nobody knows who he is. He's an elite shooter. Arkansas, he should be a first-round talent. But he slipped all the way to 50, 49, and the 76ers got him. Now you got Ben Simmons and Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey can play point guard, but can shoot. If Tyrese Maxey shoots, this is really good players. Isaiah Joe, I like him better than Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey's a good player. I mean, it might be like a Eric Gordon kind of player, but Isaiah Joe, to me, can have that Ray Allen kind of a shooting start. Not Ray Allen, he's not. But a knockdown shooter. To me, I'm giving it an A+ because this is good for them with the shooting and spacing that they need. Next, the Suns, Jalen Smith. F. I don't understand why they got DeAndre Ayton and why they got Jalen Smith. He's a good player. He's a rim protector, can shoot. But they had Aaron Naismith, Devin Vassell, Tyrese Halliburton. They could have gotten Halliburton to play point guard, ease the burden off of. Well, they got Chris Paul, but a backup guard. Somebody can come in off the bench and create offense. Devin Vassell would knock down 3-point shooter. Devin Smith, it might be a good NBA player, but that's bad. Trailblazers, CJ LAB. I do not know who this is, so I'm not even going to build a value like that. Kings, Tyrese. A. I give it an A+. They're A-, A-. Jamius Ramsey is a good second-round talent who can score, get buckets, shoot threes. And Tyrese Halliburton is a really good player. Maybe a top 5 pick he could have been. Coming new state offense, but not a totally elite guard. He's more combo. Really good for this. They might be looking up for the first time for them. Spurs, I'm going to give them A+. Not A+, but a B+. But this is a sexy Spurs draft, not sexy Spurs draft. Devin Vassell, one of the top analytics players, drafted top 5. And then you got Trey Jones. Trey Jones is going to basically play point guard and maybe shoot some, but basically he's going to be a not sexy player, but basically a good player. Raptors, Malachi Flynn, Jalen Harris. At this point, we basically know the Raptors know what they're doing. They really do. And that's good. Because that's what they need. They get these players that nobody else thinks are good. They got Malachi Flynn, 6'1" guard. Nobody's going to love him, but guess what? Nobody will love Fred VanVleet. He's going to compete defensively, and he's going to play offense and shoot some and score some. And whoever else they got will probably turn out to be pretty good. The Masai Ujiri is a really good general manager. He knows what he's doing. He's a genius. So I'm going to give him a B+. That's a really good draft. The Jazz, I'm sorry. I don't like this draft. I'm giving it F. But maybe they know what they're doing. But as a Boogie, no, first round pick. Elijah Hughes, no. I don't like that draft. Wizards, I don't know that guy, so I don't know anything about him. But maybe he becomes a good 3-point shooter. Shoot, they need all the help they can get. Cassius Winston's probably gonna pick, so I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna give him a D. I don't like it. I don't. Out of all the teams that really did, one of the better picks was the Vernon Carey pick. That was a pretty good pick. Vernon Carey was a really good pick.